Welcome back to Tao of Twang. I'm Dave. We've got a funky one here today, and this is going to be a two-parter. This is part one. I'm just going to lay down kind of the foundation for this, okay? This one won't be quite as long. I'll also have a separate video of the backing track for this sequence of lessons so that you'll have like a 6 or 7 minute version of it to play with and put in your loopers or whatever you're doing. And you won't. I'll also have a couple minutes at the end of this, but be looking for a longer backing track to jam over. So we've got two chords in this. They're both dominant sevenths, E and A. Okay, they're both major triads with a flat 7. So a lot of times on this channel and elsewhere, what you see is a progression or a jam, I guess, that certainly on this channel, where one scale is likely to fit kind of over the whole thing, right? Because it's kind of set up, sort of in a key so that all those notes come out of the same 7-note bucket, right? You could do something like that with this. It would be more of a pentatonic approach, probably, to find like kind of a universal fit for it. But I think to really drill down into the feel of this, it also works to treat each one of the chords by assigning its own Mixolydian scale to it. Okay, so all that means is over the E7, I'm going to play an E Mixolydian. Okay, notice in the video and a lot of times on the channel, I play 7-note versions of the scales instead of going octave to octave. That's because if you're going to keep going, ascending or descending, you don't get off the beat in a weird way by, ending on the octave and then trying to kind of start on it as well, right? So you don't have to worry about that, but that's why you see that on here a lot. And I think if you start doing that, you'll kind of notice that things go smoother. So E. There's the lower one. I think the first one I did in the intro. And then A. Okay, they're both Mixolydian scales. So, if the tempo is a little high or it bothers you at first, you just need, go off to the side and work that out. Just make the chord statement. Really get your ear wrapped around that and get that under your fingers. Then you throw the track on, and I'll just show you those first couple of licks because they also feature the flat 7. You can just just listen to the track for a second and get into it. And do that again. Okay, so the first part of it, really just kind of a minor pentatonic, right? Wanted to try to see if I could get that right. Right. Then that's over the E. It's kind of a minor pentatonic leading down to the root. Then I'm going... Now that has more of a Mixolydian sound, right? It's over the A. So there's that third root flat 7. Then I'm just doing again, you can think of that in the context of the blues scale or minor pentatonic, or it's just, root, flat 7, root. So I guess we did put a flat 7 in there with the E as well. Right? It kind of covers all the bases for that sound. We got some thirds in there. We've got the flat 7 sound for both of them, and that sounds really nice, right? The only thing I did differently with that the second time around is I think I moved it up to the 12th position. Okay, I'm going to leave that on for a second. Now, turns out that, and we're going to talk about this more in part 2, that you can play that minor pentatonic over the whole progression. Is going to sound great. Right? You can also play some major pentatonic. But what I like is the minor over the A. All right. Now, we're not going to pick this apart right now, but just kind of put that, in the back of your mind and hold it there, right? There's some, interesting interplay going on between these two Mixolydian things, and some of it happens to kind of shine a new light or a different perspective on switching back and forth from that major and minor pentatonic using the E root. And we're going to talk about that some. But for this time around, see if you can just get in a routine of playing those scales. And then, you can take that little lick and just kind of, figure that one out note for note. I didn't write this stuff out this time, but, you can probably work that out. And then just, do some blues scale stuff or whatever. Get your rhythm down. Get used to changing those chords if you're not used to that. And work at your own speed. And then in a couple of days, when we get to this next one, we'll really add some more licks to it, okay? So that's the routine on this one. Watch the intro again if you want to see how to kind of put the whole routine together, all right? At the end of the intro, I think I did some more, kind of elaborate stuff down here, but it was all kind of the same business. It was just sort of a little preview of where we're headed next with this. But the stuff we just went through, that's a good routine for you, for many of you for now. All right, let me know how this goes. Be looking out for part 2. Take care.